Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak to you about something powerful, something that might seem simple, but is in reality one of the most profound truths you could ever grasp. You were born for a purpose. And the date you were born, it's no accident. It's not just a mark of time. It is a sign that you are chosen. Yes, you're chosen by the creator of the universe for a reason that goes beyond what we can understand. We often look at our birthdays as just numbers on a calendar, as something that simply marks the passing of time. But I am here to tell you that your birthday carries weight. It signifies that you were born in a specific moment in history, at a specific time, for a specific purpose. This is not a coincidence. Your birth date is part of God's divine plan. And it is a sign that you are chosen. Now let's think about the concept of timing. We believe that timing is everything, don't we? But in the eyes of God, timing is not just important, it's divine. The fact that you were born when you were is no small matter. God didn't send you into this world at just any time. He placed you right where you need to be at the right time. You may wonder, why now? Why this generation? But the answer is simple. God placed you in this time, in this moment, because there is something inside of you that this world needs. And the world will not be the same without you. When you think about it, you are a part of something much bigger than yourself. You were born for a time like this, a generation that needs your specific gifts, your insights, your heart. The timing of your birth, whether you were born at the dawn of a new era or the peak of a revolution, has placed you right where you can make the most impact. You may not fully understand your role yet, but I assure you the world is waiting for you to step into your purpose. You are not here by mistake. You are part of a larger story that God is telling, and you have a part to play in that story that no one else can fulfill. Your birth date is a symbol of the uniqueness that you bring into this world. Think about it. There is no one else on this earth who has your combination of qualities, your personality, your experiences, and your potential. You were born with a unique purpose that no one else can carry out. You may look around and see others accomplishing great things, but what you need to understand is this: there is something within you that only you can do. Your life, your gifts, your very being was designed with intentionality. You are set apart, and when you embrace that uniqueness, you begin to tap into the power God has placed within you. But with being chosen comes responsibility. It is not just about having a great purpose, it is about living with that purpose every single day. To be chosen is not just a privilege, it is a call to action. It means that you have a responsibility to use the gifts God has given you to impact the world in a way that only you can. The world does not need a copy of someone else, it needs you. Your birth date is not just a reminder of the day you arrived, it's a reminder that you are here to do something great. You are here to make a difference, to fulfill a calling that only you can answer. So the next time you look at your birthday, don't just see numbers, see a sign. See a declaration that you were chosen. See a reminder that you have been placed here for such a time as this. Embrace the uniqueness of your purpose, accept the responsibility that comes with being chosen, and walk boldly in the knowledge that you are here for a reason, and that reason is greater than you can imagine. You were born on that date because you are part of something divine, something bigger, something that will change the world. Step into it with faith, with courage, and with the understanding that you are chosen and your purpose is waiting for you to fulfill it. Your birth date is not just a day on a calendar, it is a profound symbol of divine intention. Every moment of your life, every breath, every experience, every encounter was preordained, chosen by God to shape you into who you are meant to be. The day you were born carries significance far beyond the passing of time. It is not a mere accident, not a random event. It is a reflection of God's design for your life. The time and place of your birth are not coincidences. They are part of a greater divine purpose that stretches far beyond what you can see in the present moment. When you begin to understand this truth, something powerful happens. You start to see your life not as a random collection of events, but as a story being written by the creator of the universe, one page at a time. Your birth date is the beginning of that story, the start of a journey that is uniquely yours. It's not just a number, a date, or a marker of time. It is a declaration that you were chosen for something significant. God, in His infinite wisdom, placed you here now because He has a specific purpose for your life, a plan that only you can fulfill. Think about it. The very moment of your birth was timed precisely by God. You were not born too early or too late. You were born at the exact right time. There is a rhythm to your life, a divine timing that orchestrates everything you experience. Whether your birth date falls in the midst of peace or turmoil, joy or hardship, it does not matter. The date you were born carries a deeper message. You were chosen to be here in this time, in this moment, for a reason that transcends your understanding. God's timing is perfect, and He never makes mistakes. The day you were born is part of that perfection. Your birth date also holds the key to understanding your identity and purpose. It is a signpost that points you toward your divine destiny. It reveals that your life is not a random accident. You have a specific calling to fulfill, a mission to carry out that only you can accomplish. The world needs what you have to offer. Your talents, your experiences, your unique perspective, all of these things are shaped by the moment you entered this world. Your birth date is a reflection of the fact that you are needed right now in this generation to fulfill God's purpose. When you recognize the power in your birth date, you begin to see that you are not just living day to day. You are living with intention, with a purpose, with a destiny that is unfolding before your eyes. As you embrace the power of your birth date, you begin to walk in a new level of understanding. You realize that you are not just here to exist, you are here to make a difference. The day you were born is a reminder that God has placed you on this earth to impact others, to bring light into dark places, to bring hope to hopeless situations. Your birth date is not just about the past, it is about the future, about the legacy you will leave. It speaks to the unique impact you are destined to make, the people you are meant to touch, the lives you are meant to change. When you understand the significance of your birth date, you stop seeing yourself as insignificant. You stop seeing your life as a series of random events. Instead, you begin to see yourself as part of a greater divine plan. You begin to understand that you have a role to play in the unfolding of God's purpose for the world. Your birth date is the foundation of that role, the starting point from which everything else flows. You are not just a product of chance, you are a product of divine intention. And when you understand that, your perspective changes. You begin to live with greater purpose, with greater clarity, and with greater passion. So when you reflect on your birth date, don't just think about the day itself. Think about the power it represents. It is a constant reminder that you are chosen, that you are placed here for a reason, and that your life carries great significance. Your birth date is not just a day and time, it is a declaration from God that you were born to do something extraordinary. You have a purpose, a destiny, and that purpose is unfolding right now. Embrace the power of your birth date and let it propel you forward into the great plan that God has for your life. Divine timing is one of the most powerful and awe-inspiring concepts we can embrace as human beings. It teaches us that our lives are not dictated by chance, nor are they controlled by random circumstances. We are part of a much grander design, and everything that happens in our lives unfolds exactly when it's supposed to, according to God's perfect plan. The moments we experience, the people we encounter, the opportunities that come our way, none of these are accidents. They are divinely orchestrated, placed in our lives at exactly the right time to fulfill a higher purpose. Too often we find ourselves struggling against the clock, frustrated by delays or impatient with the pace of our lives. We question why things aren't happening the way we think they should, or why certain doors aren't opening when we want them to. But divine timing reminds us that it is not our timing that matters, it's God's, and His timing is flawless. He sees the bigger picture. He understands the complexities of life in a way that we simply cannot. What seems like a setback, what feels like a moment of waiting, could very well be the necessary preparation for something greater that is yet to come. Imagine this for a moment. You've been waiting for a breakthrough. A moment when everything falls into place, but it hasn't happened yet. It can be discouraging. Yet, what if that moment of waiting is exactly what you need? What if God is positioning you, refining you, teaching you lessons that you can't see right now, but will make all the difference in the future? Divine timing is about trusting that every delay, every closed door, and every season of waiting is a part of God's design. He is molding you in this moment for what He has ahead of you. Look at the way nature works. Seasons come and go with perfect regularity. The earth does not rush spring into summer or try to hold on to autumn longer than necessary. Each season has its time. It has its purpose. And we too go through seasons in our lives. Some seasons are full of action, growth, and forward momentum. Others may feel like times of rest, reflection, or even stagnation. But each season serves a purpose in the grand scheme of our lives. The important thing is not to resist or rush through the seasons, but to trust that the timing of each one is divinely ordained. Just as a seed must first be planted in the ground before it can grow, we too must be placed in the right environment at the right time to fulfill our purpose. When we understand divine timing, we can learn to trust the path we are on, even when we don't fully understand where it's leading. Too often we try to rush ahead, thinking that if we work harder or push more, we can force things to happen on our own terms. But true fulfillment comes when we learn to surrender to God's timing. We have to let go of the need to control everything and trust that God is in charge. His timing is always perfect, and His purpose is always greater than we can comprehend. Consider the lives of those in the Bible. Think about Abraham, who was promised a son but had to wait years for that promise to be fulfilled. Or Joseph, who was betrayed by his brothers, thrown into slavery, and spent years in prison before he stepped into his destiny. These men had moments of doubt, confusion, and frustration, but when the time was right, God's purpose for their lives came to fruition. They were living examples of how divine timing and purpose work together. They couldn't see it in the moment, but God was weaving the threads of their lives in a way that would bring glory to His name. In our own lives, we too must trust that the delays and detours are not signs of failure or missed opportunities. They are simply part of the divine plan that God has for us. Every season of waiting, every moment of uncertainty is an opportunity to grow in faith and trust that God's timing will never fail us. When the moment comes for you to step into your purpose, it will be as if the entire universe has been aligned to make it happen. It will be the right time, the right people, and the right circumstances, all falling into place in a way that could only be described as divine. Divine timing teaches us patience, faith, and trust. It teaches us that there is a purpose for every season of our lives and that God is in control of it all. It encourages us to stop striving to make things happen on our own and to rest in the knowledge that when the time is right, everything will fall into place. So if you find yourself in a season of waiting, a season of uncertainty, remember this: it is not wasted time. God is working in you, preparing you for what is to come. Trust in His timing, trust in His purpose, and know that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You are part of a bigger plan. From the moment you were conceived, the course of your life was set in motion by something far greater than you can fully comprehend. You might not always see it, but everything you have gone through, every triumph and every trial has been intricately woven together to fulfill a greater purpose. You are not here by accident. Your life is not just a series of random events or mere coincidence. Every part of your journey, every step you've taken, and every person you've encountered has been a thread in a divine tapestry that God has been carefully crafting. It's easy to become caught up in the smallness of our lives, to look at our struggles, our limitations, and our mistakes and feel as if we are insignificant. But I tell you today, you are not insignificant. You are part of something so much bigger, something beyond your wildest imagination. You see, God does not work in isolation. His plan stretches across generations, across continents, and across time itself. And you, yes, you are an essential part of that plan. The work you are doing today, the steps you take tomorrow, they all matter in the grand scheme of things. Your purpose is not confined to the small scope of your personal life. It ripples out, touching lives, impacting futures, and shaping the world in ways you may never fully see. When we talk about being part of a bigger plan, we must understand that it is not just about our own lives or our own happiness. It's about the collective good, the impact we have on those around us, and ultimately the way our lives can contribute to a movement that has been set into motion by God's sovereign will. There is a greater purpose that you are connected to, a purpose that transcends the fleeting desires of this world and reaches into eternity. Every moment of your life is part of a larger design, a divine order that God has already established. Your role is to walk in it with faith, to trust that where you are today is exactly where you need to be to fulfill that plan. We must stop seeing ourselves as isolated individual beings, disconnected from the world around us. Every experience, every lesson, every relationship is part of a divine thread that connects us to the greater whole. It's easy to think that your life is just your own, that you are living in a vacuum, but nothing could be further from the truth. You are part of a vast, intricate network that spans beyond your immediate surroundings. Your actions, your choices, and your words reverberate through the lives of others. You may not see the impact now, but trust that it is there. God has placed you where you are with the people you interact with for a reason. The places you go, the paths you walk, and the challenges you face are all designed to bring you closer to the fulfillment of the bigger plan. There are moments when we question our place in the grand design. We look at the world and wonder how our seemingly small contributions can possibly make a difference. But I challenge you to understand that the greatness of your impact is not measured by the size of your actions, but by the faithfulness with which you live out your purpose. Each day you wake up and pursue the calling on your life, you are aligning yourself with God's greater plan. Every small act of kindness, every step toward your dreams, every moment of integrity, they all fit into the divine design. God doesn't need you to have all the answers. He simply needs you to be faithful where you are with what you have and trust that He will use it for something far greater than you can see. You are part of a bigger plan, and that plan is not about you being the center of attention. It's about you playing your unique role, knowing that what you do today will impact the future in ways you cannot yet understand. The challenges you face are not obstacles, they are opportunities to grow, to stretch, and to become more of who you are meant to be. The people you meet along the way are not accidents, they are part of God's divine design, helping shape and refine you into the person who will ultimately fulfill your part in this greater plan. Don't waste time wondering if your life matters or if what you're doing is making a difference. Your life is valuable beyond measure, and every step you take matters. You are a link in the chain of a much bigger story, and the world needs you to be exactly who you were created to be. Your purpose is bigger than you can imagine, and it's unfolding with each new day. The plan that God has for you is bigger than your dreams, bigger than your understanding, and bigger than in your limitations. When you begin to grasp that truth, when you realize that your life is part of something that transcends the here and now, you will begin to see the world through a different lens. You will walk in confidence, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you were created to do, and that your contribution matters. Remember, you are part of a bigger plan. Your life is significant. Your role is essential. And the world will be forever changed by the way you choose to live out your purpose. Embrace your uniqueness. This is not just a motivational phrase or a passing suggestion. It is a declaration of truth that resonates at the core of who you are. The world constantly tells us to conform, to fit into a mold, to be like everyone else, to blend in. But I am here to tell you that there is a power in standing out, in being different. God did not create you to fit into someone else's vision or to walk in the shadow of another person's destiny. You were created with a uniqueness that is yours and yours alone. When you embrace that uniqueness, you unlock a wellspring of potential that can transform your life and the lives of those around you. We live in a world where comparison runs rampant. We compare our talents, our achievements, our looks, our relationships, and so much more. We look at others and wonder why we don't measure up, why we aren't as successful, as happy, or as accomplished. But here's the truth: you were never meant to be like anyone else. You are not here to follow in someone else's footsteps. You are not here to mirror someone else's life or purpose. You were born to stand tall in your own identity, to walk boldly in the path that was laid out for you from the moment you were conceived. You are unique because you have been crafted by the hands of the Creator, designed with a combination of gifts, experiences, and perspectives that no one else on earth possesses. Your talents, your quirks, your flaws, and your passions, these are not accidents. They are part of the masterpiece that is you. When you embrace your uniqueness, you stop hiding behind the veil of comparison and start stepping into the fullness of who God created you to be. The world is waiting for your voice, your perspective, your gifts, because only you can bring them into the world in the way that only you can. Your uniqueness is not something to be ashamed of or hidden. It is a treasure, a divine asset that has been given to you to fulfill a purpose that only you can fulfill. God didn't make a mistake when He formed you. He didn't look at your life and say, I'll make this one just like everyone else. No, He created you to be different, to shine in a way that no one else can. He gave you specific gifts, dreams, and abilities that are meant to be used to make an impact in the world. It is time for you to stop shrinking back in fear and step into the greatness of your identity. When you embrace your uniqueness, you begin to see that everything about you, even the challenges and struggles you face, is shaping you for the purpose that lies ahead. When you embrace your uniqueness, you let go of the fear that comes with being different. Being different doesn't mean being wrong or flawed. It means you are extraordinary. Your differences are what make you powerful. Think about it: when someone stands out for being unique, we often marvel at their courage, their creativity, and their boldness. The same can be said about you. The world is craving authenticity. People are tired of seeing the same things over and over again. What the world needs is someone who dares to be themselves, who dares to embrace their unique qualities without apology. When you embrace who you are, you inspire others to do the same. Your uniqueness is not just about what you do, it's about who you are at your core. It's about your character, your values, your spirit, your soul. God has placed a piece of Himself inside of you, a divine spark that is meant to light up the world. When you embrace that, When you let go of the need to conform and become comfortable with your true self, you begin to walk in the freedom that comes with knowing you are exactly who you were meant to be. The fear of not measuring up to others fades away, and you begin to walk with confidence in your identity. Don't let anyone or anything make you feel less than what you are. The world will try to tell you that you need to change, that you need to be more like others, that your uniqueness is a burden. But I am here to tell you that your uniqueness is your strength. It is your superpower. It is the key to unlocking your true potential. When you embrace your uniqueness, you stop seeking validation from the outside world and start finding your worth in who God created you to be. You start living in alignment with your true purpose, and that is where real fulfillment begins. You are not an accident. You are not here by chance. You are here because there is something within you that the world needs. It may not always be easy and the path may not always be clear, but when you embrace your uniqueness, you will begin to see the doors open, the opportunities arise, and the relationships align with your true self. Your uniqueness is not something to be hidden or discarded. It is the very thing that will propel you forward, that will allow you to make an impact and fulfill the purpose that God has placed on your life. So today, I challenge you to embrace your uniqueness. Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop shrinking back because you think you're not enough. You are more than enough. You are powerful. You are gifted. You are extraordinary. Step into who you are with boldness and confidence, knowing that you are uniquely positioned to make a difference in the world. Your uniqueness is your calling. It is your legacy. It is your time to shine. My friends, embracing your uniqueness is not just about accepting who you are. It's about recognizing the power within you to make a difference in the world. The world does not need another version of someone else. It needs you. The unique blend of your talents, experiences, perspectives, and passions has been carefully crafted to fulfill a purpose only you can achieve. When you embrace your true self, you step into the fullness of your destiny. You no longer have to seek validation from others or conform to the pressures around you. Instead, you rise above, knowing that your uniqueness is your strength, and it is precisely what the world needs. So walk in your uniqueness with confidence and pride. Do not let fear or insecurity hold you back from the greatness that lies within you. Remember, you are not here by accident. You are here because you were chosen, and your uniqueness is part of God's divine plan. When you embrace it, you unlock a power that can transform your life and the lives of those around you. Let your light shine brightly, because the world is waiting for you to show up as the amazing, unique person you were always meant to be.